The Conservancy is proud of our history of protecting land in our area. We're also very proud of our conservation education programs. We are very excited that the Gray Towers National Historic Site outside of Milford is one of our supporters and funders for our conservation ed programs. Please listen as they give us a little bit of history about Gray Towers and the work of Gifford Pinchot. And if you haven't been there, please do visit, especially the lawn. It's gorgeous.
Welcome to Gray Towers National Historic Site in Milford, Pennsylvania. Overlooking the Delaware River Valley, this French chateau-style mansion was originally built by James and Mary Pinchot as their summer vacation home. James Pinchot was born and raised in Milford, and although he made his fortune in New York City, he was constantly drawn back to his hometown. The design of the home was done by family friend and noted architect of the Gilded Age, Richard Morris Hunt, who drew inspiration from the French heritage of the Pinchot family. Construction began in 1884 and was largely completed by 1886. James and Mary's eldest son Gifford is the most famous resident of Gray Towers. As the founder and first chief of the United States Forest Service, which he established in 1905, Gifford Pinchot is credited with bringing scientific forestry to America and was called the father of American conservation by President John Kennedy. It is because of this connection that Gray Towers is administered by the United States Forest Service and is the only National Historic Site within the agency. Gifford also served 2 non-consecutive terms as governor of Pennsylvania, once from 1923 to 27, and again from 1931 to 35. Gifford and his wife Cornelia, who was a very politically astute and active individual in her own right, quickly made the property their own. The changes that Gifford and Cornelia brought to the home can still be enjoyed, particularly in the gardens and landscaping around the mansion, which were largely the doing of Cornelia. The conservation legacy of Gifford Pinchot lives on in the Delaware Valley to this day. The United States Forest Service is the proud partner of many groups actively working in the fields of conservation and resource management, such as the Delaware Highlands Conservancy. Since 1994, this group has managed to protect over 18,000 acres along the Delaware River thanks to their continued efforts. The Delaware Highlands Conservancy offers a variety of programs and educational opportunities to their members and the public. One such program, Women in Their Woods, resonates well with both the conservation and political legacies of the Pinchot family, empowering current and future women landowners to better care for their forest lands. The U.S. Forest Service at Gray Towers includes in its mission educating private landowners about the value of healthy and sustainable forests. Since 2008, Gray Towers has supported educational programming offered by the Conservancy with annual funding and resources. Specifically, this support helps expand U.S. Forest Service capacity by reaching such audiences as private forest landowners that would otherwise not be reachable. The education that is offered cooperatively helps conserve and sustain private forest lands and natural resources for this and future generations.
I'm here at the Milford Experimental Forest, standing underneath a pretty sizable American chestnut seedling that was planted in this demonstration forest by the Pinchot family. The property that I'm standing on is protected with a conservation easement that is held by the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. In 2006, the Delaware Highlands Conservancy helped to protect this property forever. It is approximately 1,200 acres, and we work directly with the Pinchot family and DCNR to ensure its permanent protection. We're located about 2 minutes outside of downtown Milford, and this property was originally one of the places that Gifford Pinchot and his father James founded as a place for young foresters to come and learn about silviculture and surveying. Today, in addition to being home to this rather annoyed catbird, it's also a place for demonstrations, conservation education, and forest research. So this is one of the 3 places where American chestnut seedlings have been planted on the property.